So basically, if you haven't watched my other video is going to be my A+ setups and what setups I use when I trade the broadening formation. So this one is how to draw them. If you want to check out how I trade them myself and my setups using them, make sure to go out to my channel and check out my other video. What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to draw broadening formations using TradingView. After having watched this video, you won't have a single question about whether these things work or not. When this video is over, you will be able to catch bottoms and tops in the markets on a daily basis. The first thing you want to do is go over and head to tradingview.com. From there you want to create a free profile. Once you have done that, you want to click on products and go to supercharts. From there you can either make a new layout and do whatever you want, but that's the first step. Once you've found a layout that you like, you want to head into the toolbar section. You want to click on this called lines and you want to find the one that is called ray. I have it as my favorite since this is one of the ones I use the most, and this is also the one I use for broadening formations. So make sure to have that clicked, and when you have your toolbar on, it should show something like this. When you hover it, it should say ray. The way that the tool works is that you want to click the ray tool and then you want to find 2 points in price. What I like to do is go take the magnet and click that on. That makes your crosshair stick to the highs and lows of the candles. So let's say I want to mark out this high up into this high. I click on the first high like that, and then I click to the second high, and that will give us this ray like trend line that will be used later on to find the broadening formations. And obviously this will be done both to the top end and also the low end, like so. Now that we have got that in place, let's get started on how to actually find these broadening formations and how you can actually use these to catch tops and bottoms. So basically what most people do when they want to start drawing these broadening formations is that these YouTubers, they will say like, you gotta pick like these two extreme points, right, this range, and you want to see either of them break, and then you can start, you know, kind of drawing the broadening formations and whatever, you know. But the problem with this is really that you have this whole period of time where you won't even have a chance to get in a trade with the strategy, right? This is 4 days, this is a whole week where you're just not taking a trade. That's not sustainable. So here's what I'm gonna show you, a great way to actually draw them and get daily trades using broadening formations. Basically, when we see other people trying to explain broadening formations, they tell you you're going to start on the right side of the chart, but I'm going to tell you that's all wrong and you need to start on the left hand side. These guys, they will all tell you find the low, find the high, and see what highs and lows they took out, right? Well, let's do that. We have this high right, or this low right here, and we have this low right here, and this low took out this low, right? So our broadening formation should be this. But how are we ever going to frame a trade from this, right? We're not even going to get a touch on the broadening formation, not even an entry in any way. And in the end, you're going to have like 25 different broadening formations. Let's take this high, for example. That took out that high. Let's try broadening formation from those points. Like, what are you going to use this for? Nothing. This is useless. No trade in here at all. And you can keep doing that, right? We have this high taking out that high. So let's connect those two. You see how you can keep going with these and they won't amount to anything, right? They're just random lines drawn from higher highs and lower lows, highs and lows. And you will end up with 10 of these and you won't know what to use them for, when to use them, or which one to use. And I'm going to explain to you the proper way to do it, and that is by starting at the left side of the chart here. So first of all, what you want to look for is a small range of consolidation. So on my chart right here, I've marked out in this black circle a small range of consolidation. Next up, we want to find a price lick with a higher high and a lower low, right? At the same time. So we don't want to find, maybe have a higher high up here, maybe have a lower low down here. We need to have it on the same leg, right? So a higher high into a lower low. If we look at the chart right here in the middle, let's zoom in a bit. So we can see on this leg, we are trending down, and at no point in time are we making higher highs, right? Just flat down. But when we come into the lows here, all of a sudden we see we have a lower low here, and then we break up with this leg up into a higher highs, right? Well, that's the point we want to look at. So basically what we want to do is, as we talked about, find our ray tool and connect the dots. So this is the low, all right, and we made a lower low down here, correct? Now let's go to the 5-minute chart and get a bit more nuances on this chart. Already we can see some action down here happening with some reactions to the broadening formation, right? Let's zoom in. Just connect these again so it looks good and clean. And then we can see we made this high, and from this lower low we made this higher high, right? Oh, this higher high right up here, right? Higher high down into lower low, higher high into lower low, right? And as we can see multiple times during this day, we've managed to bounce off of this top trend line, right? And this has already not been in a kill zone, and we want to wait until we're in a kill zone to execute on these, generally speaking. So if we're moving a bit more to the left here, we can see actually during the opening we made a Judah swing at 9:30 to the upside, and we actually did hit our top of this broadening formation here. And now if you had taken that trade, or just, you know, the reaction to that, I'll show you guys how to implement confluences to add extra probability to the trades. But as short here, that's a top tick, right, from the broadening formation. And if you guys from Kingline or my own Discord remember this day, I drew this broadening formation out in the pre-market before this hit, and I sent you guys one broadening formation to trade, one broadening formation to hit, and that was this one. This was the only one I was looking at. This was the only one that caught my eyes because of all of my criterias from up here, right, that were fulfilled. And obviously you could have taken this trade all the way down to the bottom of this BF, or even just, you know, the low of day or anything like that. If we measure out in points, you know, from the top to the low, that is 500 points in a single day. This is one day. It's a Tuesday. Expansion down. And then we got obviously the second tap. We gapped up and then we ran, right? But that's how I find and draw broadening formations in a couple of sentences. One way to figure out whether you want to use a broadening formation or not during the day is if you can tell if we have an inside day or not the day before, right? Alright, so let's go into TradingView as we are in right now and see if we can find one of these inside days and go to replay mode and see if we can actually spot a broadening formation and watch how it plays out. So let's say we have an inside bar right here, right? We are on the daily chart, and this is our current daily candle. So let's go ahead and click play and get another candle. All right. So with this candle, right, we can see where we have a higher high, we have a higher high, a low and a lower low. What do we want to do here? We want to go into a lower time frame. Let me just make sure we have the 26th of June. Alright, so I'm going into the 1 hour. 26th of June. Alright. And we're going to mark out the highs and the lows. Let's go into a... So just from the get-go here, we can see we have a low here, we have a high here, and those both, those get broken both ways, right? So let's take our ray tool, favorites, click the ray, and as I talked about, connect the dots, right? Like that, like so. Let's click play. And we kind of want to see how these broadening formations will respect or not respect when price hits, right? What price does around them. So let's just give it a little more time here. Already now, we can see us. Oh, I think I skipped a bit too far here. So here we can see we had no clean rejection and acceptance underneath the broadening formation. So that means there's no trade for us to take in this mess, right? Let's keep going. And maybe we even find a new broadening formation to trade off of. Alright, so let's delete this, because I've seen a new one. We have a low that gets taken, we have a high that gets taken. Take those points, connect them together. Let's click play again. Alright, so now we can see that we are touching the broadening formation. Let me just redo this so it's accurate. There we go. And what we can expect from this is we always get like a first tap, right? So this first tap will normally give at least 20 to 30 points. In this case, it gives 100. That's pretty good, right? But we always expect it to come back below and then up above to reclaim it for continuation higher. And you will see that this a lot happening with your broadening formations, and many YouTubers won't even tell you this. The first touch of the broadening formation is not to full out long into the highs. We are going to wait for it to retest, and a lot of the times we come back underneath that to manipulate and take out the initial longs and then go for the real move. So 5-minute chart, let's keep pushing a bit. Normally we do get a retest, and that's a retest. So now I want to see, alright, so we kind of got this reaction, so we kind of want to take a buy here. Stop loss will be under this low right here, and my TP, that if you look at the hourly, let's see, we have some buy side, we can target anything like that. Have some buy side up here that can give us a nice risk reward trade, almost 2 to 1. Let's just get my tool in here and see how this plays out. I've never watched this price action before. This is the first time ever watching this, so we'll just see how this goes. Alright, and let's go. So I want you to notice that in all of these candles we are closing above the broadening formation, right? We can wick underneath it, but as long as we close above it and respect it like that, it's still a valid broadening formation to trade off of. In this case, I would put my stop at break even here in this case, and just let the free trade ride. And there we go. 92 points, almost a 2 risk reward trade off of the retest of the broadening formation. So that was it for this time. If you have any feedback, comments, anything, please let me know in the comment section. Also like and subscribe if you liked the video. It's gonna help out a ton. And if you have any requests on future videos that I can do, please let me know as well. And see you next time.